Sounds good.
All right, here we go. So last time we played, you guys had a little discussion with Magneto. Realized that he is he has had it with humans and their shit.
Still and
Still,
again.
and again, he was okay for a while. He admitted that he gave Charles's way a try, but given the state of the world, he has decided that that is not the avenue to go. You tried to convince him otherwise, but he was not having any of it, and basically said, "If you're not with me, you're against me."
And then we try to kill him.
And then you tried to attack him. Yes,
It didn't go well.
it did not go well. Something about having complete control over the electromagnetic spectrum. Yeah, it did not go well. But after he left to go do whatever it is that he's up to, you guys decided to take a look, see if you could find anything to possibly replace anything the Sentinels may have damaged or destroyed when they raided the park. And you guys decided to investigate the remnants of Stark Tower. There we go. You ran into some hooligans. Buzzkill talked to them, found out that they were basically Stark Tower's become something of a dare amongst the various scavengers. As far as they knew, nobody had managed to get inside and grab anything. So you guys thought, oh, okay, maybe we'll give a try at it. And found out that the reason why nobody has made it into it is because some of the defenses are still active, and it has a caretaker, a gentleman named James Rhodes. He invited you inside, got you some hot beverages, and kind of explained what had happened. That Tony had felt guilt for some reason over his tech being used once again to oppress people. And he'd started working on something called Project Parity, Parity, which was designed to be a set of Iron Man armor that would enable a normal person to go toe to toe with a Sentinel. Unfortunately, Tony was in one of his moods and did all of this in secret. Nobody knows where his lab is, but Rhodey does have a prototype Iron Man helmet from what is called the AS-1 armor, the Anti-Sentinel-1 armor, that may be able to provide some insight. Unfortunately, Rhodey just doesn't have it in himself to go forth and go adventuring. So he's essentially handed the Tony's notebook with some details about Project Parity and the helmet over to you guys. So as we pick up, you guys are still in Stark Tower, and you have the helmet and a notebook, and all of the coffee or hot cocoa you can drink.
Oh, that's a challenge. That's what I hear.
Especially since I'm 16.
If you shrink a liquid, can you put more of it in a thermos?
Oh,
And what happens
don't
in
know.
4 hours when it unshrinks?
Problems.
I
Imagine,
don't
imagine
know.
drinking coffee and then filling the cup with it, so you can
I'm
have the
imagining
super
it now.
espresso.
I am absolutely imagining it now.
Can you use
That
shrinking
sounds.
power to make the mega espresso?
That'd be so nice. I mean, it would be hell on your heart, but
Imagine the power.
I might have to. I don't think anyone needs me hyper. I apparently talk too fast sometimes already. And I really kind of want to do that now, though. You have the best worst ideas, John.
All right, I'm connected through my phone, just listening in, so I can't make any rolls. As my computer says 22%, this will take a while, it says. So,
Oh no!
also, Vicky's going to drop off some food here shortly, so if I vanish, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully on a computer.
Hopefully. I find like the first 50% of the update always takes longer than the last 50%.
Here's hoping. I'm hoping the first 22% took longer than the last 78.
Ugh.
All right. Just as a reminder, things that you guys have been kind of discussing. Going to Stark Towers, getting some Stark tech, checking out the Baxter building, seeing if you can figure out what exactly Senator McGafton is up to. You do know that he has some sort of power, some sort of ability, seems to be mind controlling. You've got about 3 days now to the big rally. There's been no word as to what their plan is to replace the execution of Magneto. So as far as anybody's aware, their plan is still to execute a mutant. But as far as you know, they don't have one to do that with.
I mean, they could always sub in the senator or whatever he is, but I don't think they're going to.
How much of this particular building is still operational?
Well, we've got our own generator, so we're operating at probably about 60% capacity.
So your computers and the like are still, the laboratories are still working?
When we need them to.
I don't suppose you could fire up the computer and give us some sort of access. Perhaps we can learn something from this helmet and this book. Perhaps recordings that Tony may have left.
We can definitely, I can boot it up for you.
You'll have to give us permissions to instruct the thing, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, it's fair. I mean, I'm not much of a computer guy, but I'm sure you can figure it out.
I can walk you through the process, yes.
It'll take forever. But he can.
And everything you do takes forever, and all of you are very slow.
You know, I kind of liked hearing you speak at normal speed when you were talking to the asshole. But it was a nice change.
Asshole was my father.
I know, but he spoke to you like an asshole, so I'm going to stick with it.
Well, you're not wrong.
Did you hear that? Holy shit. I need something. I need to make a mark somewhere. Do you have a calendar? Anybody? Anywhere? Lodestone said I was right about something. Holy shit.
Even a clock is right twice a day.
Oh, yeah, thanks. You don't have to undercut it just because you know how. Honest.
Apologize.
See, that's the kind of thing you don't want to inherit from an asshole. You were doing so well.
I think you've maybe had too much hot chocolate.
I am drinking coffee, thank you.
Oh,
I may have put some cocoa powder stuff in it. S- So yes, might be a little caffeine, might be a little sugar, but it's free right now, and I'm going to take advantage of that because I can. And Rhodey seems happy to let me.
Yeah. Back in the when stuff got going sideways, we stockpiled some rations and the like.
Do you have peaches?
Yeah, probably.
Can I
Uh,
look?
I've already stuffed like 4 cans into my backpack without anybody noticing.
Yeah, go ahead there.
We have someone who is running an orphanage of sorts, and she's very nice, but also very keen for peaches. And we can trade help for peaches. So if that's okay, I will happily go through your stores, and I will take every single peach you have.
Well, sure.
More
Excellent.
importantly, what kind of defenses does this particular tower have?
Yeah, we don't want to bring shit down on you. And
Oh,
sadly, that seems to be all we have.
I'm not concerned.
Yes,
Did
but we are.
we mention that Magneto is loose?
Well, he's been loose before.
Do we mention he's loose and not overly happy with us? Even though we're the ones who set him free. So really, I don't know why he's cranky. Except that we told him that taking over the world and killing all the humans is probably not a good idea.
It's not the first time that he's tried it. Most of the
Uh,
people who stopped him before are out of commission.
God. Yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, part of me is having a hard time being really sympathetic. Because, I mean, they were planning on killing him. That was their big execution plan that's coming up. But uh, we found him and set him free. Um, and, like, I can understand going after the senator. He's wonky and bad. Uh, but regular people are just, trying to suffer through like everybody else.
He's always seen things in a very black and white fashion.
Mm,
And going after the senator is just going to rile up human hatred even more, so.
yeah, they don't know the senator's strictly human-ish. I mean, he's human, but he's a mutant, so.
It's an
Or
interesting
magical.
wrinkle.
Oh, you didn't know? Oh. So the senator's a mutant or magical, one or the other. But
He
probably.
has powers of some sort. We're not sure he's a mutant.
Could be tech. We don't know.
Um, the guards were talking about his powers, so probably not tech, or they would have called it like his machine or his device or his
Fair.
phone or, you know.
Good point.
Well,
I
And
listen.
speaking of good points,
Words are important.
should we have access to... Do we still have our Sentinel?
Yep,
It's itty bitty.
it's
It
tiny.
it could detect mutants. Perhaps we can make a scanner of it.
Um, while we check that, since Lodestone convinced me to not just put the helmet on my head, I'm gonna parse through the document, the papers that you gave us, so I can see if I can find something about the helmet before putting it on my head.
Probably a good idea.
okay. Why don't you give me a reason roll?
Mhm. Gonna gonna put some karma on this one.
Okay.
66.
Oh, that's a yellow.
Yellow's
Does,
good.
does 76 push him into red?
No, he needs 95 to get to red. So yeah, as you're kind of like glancing through this journal, and a lot of it is like kind of like handwritten and like hand drawn drawings and schematics, like very meticulous, mind you. But you managed to glean that Tony basically developed an AI of sorts that would be able to catalog the capabilities and powers of supervillains and be able to suggest countermeasures. Unfortunately, during one of the many ups and downs of Stark Industries, that technology ended up falling into the hands of some people, and his belief was that rudimentary AI became the basis for the Sentinel's learning capability.
Oh.
You know, much like everything else that Tony does, he means well,
But it goes to shit.
but it goes to shit.
I mean, weapon can be useful in theory, but it depends on who's sending them.
But yeah, the kind of the brief schematics for the AS1 armor includes basically like jamming technology to stop Sentinels from communicating with one another and back to the base. The general complement of typical Stark Industries weaponry, so like repulsor beams, unibeam, that sort of thing. Nanotechnology, so the suit isn't always necessarily a suit. It can basically like flow into essentially kind of like a smartwatch. Jets for flying, sealed systems, specifically protected against gas, since that is something Sentinels are known to use. Some sort of electrical discharge field, so that if they get caught up in Sentinel cables, it can basically send out an electrical pulse along the cable length. And then your general suite of like enhanced strength and so on and so forth. Targeting computers for enhanced fighting abilities. All the typical things that you would expect to find in, a set of Stark Industries armor. Most of the weapons seem to be energy based as opposed to projectile based, which is not surprising. But there also seems to be very, very rough idea for a way of essentially tuning repulsor blast frequencies to help to bypass various assorted common materials used for armor and various force fields that Tony was aware of.
Okay, so it's mostly blueprint and not where he locked it or what he did with it.
With the yellow result, there's several references to a hidden lab to the north, in northern New York, not New York City, New York State, and something referred to as the Ruby Rose.
Ruby Road.
Rose, R-O-S-E.
Ruby Rose. Okay.
Sounds like a ship name.
Why does it sound familiar?
Well, the Buzzkill's friend is Ruby Soho. That's not the same thing. At least
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why.
first thing I thought of, but probably unrelated. Probably. But he did some work on that thing.
Perhaps we'll see if we can get some information from the computer.
Yep. I mean, his handwriting is quite neat. He put
Yeah.
some attention into that.
Yeah, it's that very kind of like meticulous penmanship that that like architects and draftsmen have.
It's all caps.
Mhm.
Yep.
Block letters.
All right, Mr. Rhodes, can you lead me to the mainframe? Perhaps we could learn a few things.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Come with me. He brings his coffee mug with him.
Pip is going to stay behind to raid the stores
Okay.
of anything peach.
Okay.
And she's going to shrink it so that she can fit more of it into her backpack.
Okay.
And if Buzzkill's not busy, she's going to press him into helping her out.
All right, Buzzkill will help with that, but he was kind of hoping to check out Cable for the first time since he was like 4.
I mean, yeah, that'd be cool too. Just turn it up so I can hear it. Please.
All right.
Today,
Hey, DuckTales
Fox
is
News.
Oh,
DuckTales.
God. Tails. You can all find
All
out
right,
on
I'm
Star.
signing out for a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if we turn on the TV for the first time, it has to be JJJ, like ranting about Spider-Man.
Yep.
I mean, that does make sense.
He once again, he's a menace.
Oh. Prototype for Alex Jones.
Yep.
Good God. Terrifying.
As long as Spider-Man is not turning the frog gay.
Insanity.
I was thinking the other day that if Spider-Man was the spirit of vengeance, that would be absolutely fucking terrifying.
That'd be bad.
Peter's too nice a guy.
What was that? Sorry, you broke up.
Peter is too nice of a guy to be the spirit of vengeance.
What's the Punisher say? One bad day?
Yeah.
You just need to give him Venom first.
Spider-Man is just so fucking dangerous, right? So good that he's a nice guy.
All right. Rhodey will lead you basically to the kind of the main lab on the main floor, and it is. You can see why they don't generally use this, because you imagine the power drain would be tremendous on the generator. But he does get it booted up for you. So thankfully, Tony kept my passwords very simple, so I would remember them.
That's good. How does this computer work? Is it voice activated or keyboard?
There's a keyboard right there.
Keyboard. All right.
I mean, it'll react to like Tony's voice print, but that's not an option.
True, but does it react to yours?
No. Like I said, I'm not much of a computer guy. There wasn't much need for me to do anything with it.
All right. I'll start typing. See if I can find anything about Project Parity.
Okay. You find some of what's in the notebook, only kind of a more refined version. Like, you kind of throw it up into like the three-dimensional, hologram that you can interact with. Given the fact that you do have a very high reason. And yeah, it is. Judging from what you saw, you don't think it would go toe to toe with whatever that thing was that came after Magneto. But looking at the specs, you would feel confident that a normal person in a suit of armor like this could probably deal with a Sentinel, maybe two.
That's good.
And that's for Joe stock average off the street.
Any clues to where it might be, where this lab was?
Give me a reason roll. We'll say.
Reason. We have the out with the helmet, so I don't think we want to spend karma because I spent a lot less. 14. I'm not that smart.
Yeah, you're not sure. There's references to several different locations and not enough to narrow it down at all. Going, kind of cross-referencing it with the notebook of the various locations that are in the computer. And you guess these are probably places where he worked on things, like if he happened to be in California on a business trip, he had a lab there in case he needed to do some work. If he happened to be going up to Canada, he had a lab there in case he needed to do some work. It does, again, it does mention this lab at the Ruby Rose in northern New York State. Same one that the journal references, so you have no doubt that that is the one that he did the bulk of the work on this suit at.
So it's there somewhere. One more thing before we continue on. Lodestone's going to see if he can access any of the Stark satellites.
I would say yes. There's not as many operational as there were before, but there are some.
So, like the Hulkbuster isn't available, but I'm looking for a comm satellite. We try to send a message to Titan.
Yep, there are some communication satellites still operational.
Okay. My intent is to, and I'm not sure what the role would be, but my intent is to send a very, very brief message towards Titan that says, Lockjaw, I need you.
Okay.
Lockjaw, Lodestone needs you.
Okay. Yeah, let's go that a reason roll.
Okay. I will spend karma on that.
Okay.
Because Inhumans would be very, very helpful. Oh, 77.
Oh, 77 is a good start.
Reason is incredible.
So that is a yellow.
Do I need a red?
No, yellow's probably good enough. You know roughly where you're sending it.
I should know where Titan is.
Yep. Well, it's a matter of you knew where Titan is, and then you gotta kind of correct for planetary orbits and the like. So yeah, it gets sent off.
It'll take a while. Yeah.
It will probably take a while.
I am very happy with that. That still cost me 10, though, right?
Yep. Minimum of 10.
87 doesn't make a difference. Okay.
All right. In the meantime, for Buzzkill and Pip, yeah, Rhodey does have a fair amount of food stacked here. I mean, it's all military rations. But there is a fair bit of it.
Well, anything that contains peach, we will be taking.
Yep.
So if they have any, like, if there's a certain type of MRE that has, peach cobbler as the little dessert thing, yeah, those are all going with us.
Yep. So they're like the ball in the foil rations.
Hmm.
So there are some that are basically just like peaches and syrup,
Oh yeah, those are all going with us.
and then
And
there are some that are listed as peach cobbler.
I doubt that my characters has ever had peach cobbler.
But it's spoken like a man that has had MREs
Oh yeah.
before.
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah.
They're not terrible. Like the ball in the foil is actually pretty good.
They're bearable. Yeah.
We used
Compared
to
to what it could be.
I love the bread. Right, the little dense
Everybody
bread
loves
piece.
the bread.
the
It's like 3,000 calories in this little hunk
It's
of bread. It
incredible.
weighs 5 pounds.
But it's so tasty. It's weird.
we used to use them in Boy Scouts when we went camping because all of our dads were military.
Oh, there you go.
The best ones were there was one, I think it was one of the lunch menus, and it was like I think it was 4 wieners inside the pack. So you just threw the pack in the water, and then you had hot dogs.
Yeah, the beans and hot dogs were always the best ones.
Yeah, the beans and hot dogs were pretty good. The omelet was atrocious.
Oh, don't do it. Yeah. You lost the lottery if you got that one.
Yeah. The omelets, like when you heated them up and then like put them out, they would bounce on your plate.
Funny, you still eat them though.
Oh yeah. Well, we used to, when we go camping with other scouts, we would trade them rations for other things. Because I mean, it was a novelty for everybody else.
Oh, for sure.
I think the best record we had is we went to like an international scout jamboree, and scouts were there from Russia, and the big thing was when there's an international jamboree, you trade for the badges from the other troops from other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a huge premium on the Russian badges, because this would have been like 1984 ish. So what we would do is we would trade our rations to them for their badges at a fairly good rate, and then we would undersell them on trading the badges to the other people.
Crafty.
Capitalism.
Terrible. That's a horrible way to teach it.
But yeah, we got like the Australian badge, which was really cool, All right, so yeah, you do find some peaches and some peach cobbler,
Quote unquote.
and there's a variety of other foods there as well. And Rhodey doesn't seem to mind. Like looking at this stash, you guys realize that he has enough to probably survive until
Long after he's dead.
yeah, until like the end of the world happens, which, depending on things, may not be terribly long, but he has a bunch, way more than a single person would ever need.
Yeah. I'm going to start shrinking things down so that we can pack them in my backpack and buzzkills.
Okay. Just give me one reason roll to see how long the shrinking lasts.
Let's see here.
Oh, right, the random shrink.
Yeah, they are.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Welcome back.
Well, it didn't kill my audio. I was afraid it would.
You and Pip are stealing peach stuff from.
We're not stealing. I told him or asked him first.
I put 4 cans away before I asked anybody.
And I'm shrinking them too so that we can, in addition to anything peach related, we're taking a bunch of MREs because they're there and we can, because Rhodey doesn't care. We're leaving the egg ones behind. And that's going to last for 65 at good.
65 at good is that's only a green.
Yep. But it means we won't have to cook these teeny tiny packages. They will unshrink at some point.
That is true.
And I think Buzzkill is trying to find us some cable.
One second. I'm gonna jot down how long your diminution lasts because I keep having to look it up.
Sure.
So if you want to jot it down.
Oh, I suppose I could.
So a green is your reason rank times 100 turns.
Okay.
Yellow is 10,000 times your reason rank.
God.
Alrighty.
And red is permanent.
Okay, well, I'm glad that wasn't red.
And it's like 10 turns for a minute, right?
Yeah, I think it's like the D&D thing, like 600
I think
turns.
so.
600 turns is an hour, so that would be 10 turns to a minute. Yeah.
Okay. I will figure that out then.
Yeah.
But green is fine. Green will hopefully last long enough for us to find a new place to stay and store it.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, green is about 4 hours for you.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it goes from like hours to weeks to permanent.
So when it's reason, is it the 26
Yep.
for remarkable?
Yep.
Or is it okay? So it's the lower end of.
Yeah, because that's what your reason is until you spend karma to raise it.
Gotcha.
All right, so you have a message sent off to Titan. You've got some information about the secret lab and what the AS1 armor is, and you've got a boatload of peaches and other foods.
Well, John, I think the next step would be to perhaps don the helmet and see what happens. But we should gather with the rest of the group.
Yeah. Last I asked the elm. Well, I greeted him, and he told me his name. But I haven't gone farther than that.
Let's make sure the children aren't getting into trouble.
Soon as everyone's back, I can. Well, we can decide what we do with that.
And Chris, I'll shut down the computer if I can from my console.
Okay, yep, you can do that.
We don't want to ramp this generator up for too long.
Okay. All right, so yeah, you guys can regather easily.
Well, the thing won't fit on my head, so John, you're probably the best suited to.
Well, if you people don't mind, just always love those things.
Armor that can help us fight the Sentinels would be very, very useful. Certainly for Buzzkill and Pip.
Oh, let's see if we can convince this elm to help us find the rest of it.
So you're putting the helmet on?
Yep.
Great. So you put it on, and you can feel like these almost like little pinches around like your neck and shoulder area, almost like it's looking for something else to clamp onto.
Yeah. Looking for the rest of himself.
But not necessarily finding anything. The heads-up display kind of pops up. It's very faint. You can tell that there's not a lot of juice in the helmet. And this voice in your ear says like, "Name, please."
I'm John. How are you doing?
Records indicate no John.
Well, Rhodey passed me the ball so I could help find the rest of you. Like we're kind of in a pickle right now, and we have a problem with the Sentinels and all, and you were kind of built to help for that. So I was hoping maybe you could help me find the rest of you. Like Rhodey gave me permission. You want him to? Do you want to ask him?
So you guys all hear this this voice emanate from the helmet. It doesn't sound anything at all like John's. It sounds like, "Mr. Rhodes, security code, please." He like rattles off a string of numbers. "Welcome, John. Access granted." And the heads-up display kind of changes, and immediately you pick up basically like little pings on your heads-up display identifying humans and mutants. Basically, animal, human, mutant, other in terms of life forms. And you can also pick up 5 unique energy emissions 2.5 kilometers away, moving away from you, of a Class 6 variety Sentinel.
Oh, you're good. Do you have any idea where the rest of you is?
I believe I am at the laboratory.
Red Rose?
Yes.
Do you have the localization of the laboratory?
Certainly. And address pops up in Sarasota Springs, New York.
John's fumble around trying to find a pen and write down the address.
Nice.
Yeah, let's Google that shit.
Great, we're gonna get you back in order ASAP. What's your energy level right now?
Battery's currently at 5%.
Okay. Do you need the rest of you to charge, or can we plug you somewhere?
I am running off of battery power. The primary power source is located in the torso.
Right. Okay. Can I put you on energy saves till we find you back?
Certainly, John.
Thanks.
Can I
Just so you
help
know-
recharge
yeah.
the battery?
You can try.
Please don't fry, John.
How many hero points do I have?
0.
How much karma do I have?
There you go.
Would this
You've
be
got
a power stunt?
I don't think it's necessarily a power stunt. I
I've
think
got at least 150.
I think it would just fall under electrical generation.
I'll All right. I will use karma then.
Okay.
Poor John.
Yeah, stand still, John. Don't move. This might sting a little.
What? Ah!
It does not.
Oh, nice roll.
So 105 because you have to spend a minimum of 10, but definitely deep in the red. So Buzzkill kind of reaches out. I do appreciate the fact that you're not like, take the helmet off and I'll charge it. You're just like, Zut!
No, that was part of the scene, right? That's you got to play comics on this one.
And it does seem to absorb the electrical charge.
What's the current battery status now?
Since you rolled so well, it is at 100%.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you did, Buzzkill, because I don't see much, but it worked. We can keep that to keep an eye on Sentinel and make sure we avoid them.
So what level of electrical generation does Buzzkill have?
I believe it's remarkable.
Okay, perfect. So John doesn't take any damage. In case somebody wants to make note, the helmet provides incredible protection against all attacks, as long as they hit the head.
Wow, that's good armor.
It has a unispectrum organic analyzer allowing it to detect all living things within 10 miles and determine whether each is animal, human, mutant, or else. Something else.
John, I think you got some new superpowers.
Most importantly, it detects Sentinels.
And it has sentinel detection. It detects the unique energy emissions of robotic sentinels within 5 miles. That includes distance, direction of movement, speed, number, and model number.
Wow.
Maybe we can detect if the governor is a mutant with them.
And in addition, the helmet also can identify individual sentinels and record in the memory of the helmet any encounter the wearer has had with a given sentinel in the past.
Kind of like
Nice.
Sentinels do with mutants.
I'm starting to feel slightly less completely outclassed against our opponents.
And that's assuming we can find the laboratory and finish the suit. Hopefully there's more than one.
And it also provides amazing protection against sonic and light-based attacks.
Hell of a helmet.
Ain't too shabby.
And when you Lodestone, when you like just kind of quickly, fire up the computer and do a search for that address, that is the Ruby Rose Casino in Saratoga Springs.
A casino? I was thinking ship. Casino.
I mean, Ruby Rose works with a casino as a name.
Does. Well, we have to figure out how we could travel. John, can you bring all of us along your path?
Yep. You're not too heavy. I've never been there, so might not be exactly precise where I bring us. And it depends on if they have still power over there.
Well, maybe we'll take baby steps along the way.
Considering we don't know what it looks like around there, I'd try to stop a bit farther away to assess the environment. Not walk straight into it.
Well, we use the half split method. We'll just cut it in half and half again, and maybe do 4 jumps on our way. And your helmet will give us information as we make our way.
And the good news is we'll know ahead of time if there's any sentinels.
Yep, and if we jump somewhere and I just jump back, know that it's because there's something close that I didn't like. I'll bring you along, but don't be surprised if that happens.
Mr. Rhodes, thank you for your hospitality and the food that you've given us.
No problem. Nice to have somebody to talk to.
Would it be all right if we return sometime in the future to see how you're doing and perhaps use your facilities?
Yeah, I don't think that would be a problem.
We're going to try to find Tony's laboratory to the north. Hopefully, we'll find ourselves something that can even the odds against the Sentinels.
Any kind of code or thing I should say if the system asks me who the fuck I am?
You can try my access code, but if Tony had a secret lab, he's probably the only one that had access.
Yeah.
You know, once you've gone up against 5, 6, 15 mind controlling villains.
You get a bit paranoid. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mr. Rhodes, if a very, very large dog shows up, let the Lockjaw know that we're heading north.
All right. Big dog. Got it.
When he says big dog, he's like holding his hand up above his head, and Lodestone's like 7 feet tall. So
War Machine knows Lockjaw.
Yep.
probably, yeah. All right, John, take us in.
I think when it gets that big, you have to call it a horse. I don't think you can call it a dog anymore.
Well, once he's here, when we find him, you'll understand.
I could
No
shrink.
hooves.
Well, I mean, technically it's not a horse, yeah, but
Just a very large dog. Very smart. Been a companion of mine for longer than you've been alive.
that doesn't take a lot.
True. Very, very, very tiny. But John, please,
Whenever
baby
you're
steps. Take us along.
I'll get us a bit closer and somewhere I assume is empty.
Oh, do we have are we still using where we've been sleeping lately? Are we still
Kinda.
considering that kind of home?
Yeah.
Because this stuff will stay shrunk for 4-ish hours. And if our little road trip is going to take longer than that, then some of this should be dumped out before then. Because it's going to get a whole lot bigger and heavier and
I can-
completely total my bag.
I can drop them at home or I can drop them at the orphanage before we go.
The peach stuff should definitely go to the orphanage, but I took a bunch of MREs and stuff too. Just because
Okay.
we're often not well fed.
Yeah. Good
We
point.
should probably keep them till they expand. It would be an awful surprise if the cupboard expanded.
That's
I was thinking of
true.
hiding it in the cupboard and at some point it just pop up, but yeah, you're probably right.
That would be hilarious.
Like she
Suddenly
said,
our
I
kitchen's
got the
full
best
of
worst
peaches.
idea. Just give me a minute.
Next time we come back, I'm going to try that coffee thing.
I'll take the tiny bag that is quite heavy since everything is keeping its own weight.
Yep.
I'll zap and go back home. Deposit that there. Give it some place to expand. Zap back in, grab people, and try to get us close-ish like 3/4 of the way, so we can assess environment before moving closer.
Okay. All right. So you're dropping stuff off at the orphanage first.
Dropping it at our own base.
Okay. Everybody, because I assume everybody's going at the same time.
We're not going to the base. I think just John is zapping back because he's doing just a quick drop off.
Okay. In that case, just John can give me an intuition check.
Intuition. That's not good.
Okay.
Because my
Oh,
intuition
that's
is
not-
actually good, so it's a
Oh
white.
no!
It's a white result.
All right. Perfect.
And this is how we end our session tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So yeah. So you you drop your stuff off. Just as you're kind of take a look around just to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. Everything looks like it's where it's supposed to be. But then you notice that things are missing. You're not exactly sure what off the top of your head, like nothing major, like your shrunken down sentinel is still there, stuff like that. But there's things that were here aren't here, like some of your salvage, some of the stuff that you had for trading and the like.
That's nasty. I better warn the other. Put my hand back on the wire and wire back to the tower.
Okay.
Surprising in the park, but I think we got robbed a bit of our stuff. Like,
Oh,
some of the salvage was missing.
and it's not like we have much defenses there.
I mean,
Nope.
other than a guy who's really angry all the time and has great big claws jutting out of his hands.
Yeah, if he took it, he can have it.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
that's just
surprised.
us paying rent.
That's why I'm surprised somebody actually got there and stole something. The sentinel is still there, but
And the question is whether they came through the basement or they came through the top.
yeah. I could bring us all over there. You can check if something is missing, but I'd go put the peach straight at the orphanage if we're gonna get stuff stolen while we're not there, so we don't lose the peaches.
I think so.
I'm sure, certainly take Buzzkill with you to.
Explain the situation.
Yes.
You can try to assess what's missing.
Pip and I perhaps will go to the base and take a look. Maybe we need to relocate to Stark Tower.
He
Wow.
doesn't want us to.
I think we can convince him.
All right. So who's going where?
So I'm bringing the people back to base, grabbing back the peaches. So Pipsqueak and Lodestone can assess what's missing, and if nothing pops up fast, I'll bring the peaches and Buzzkill to the orphanage, so Buzzkill can explain what's up with the tiny peaches.
Okay. All right. So you zap back there. Lodestone. You've got the highest intuition, so give me intuition roll. Ooh,
How's 100 do?
excellent. Right.
Just had to show up my 95.
Sure did.
You and Pip do a fairly quick inventory, and it seems like it's mainly salvage stuff that is missing, basically resources, to the tune of about 30% as to what you had for trade goods.
Can I tell how they were taken, or
Not really. I mean, they weren't. They were taken. They're not disintegrated or anything of that nature, or just like Pip shrunk them and forgot them or anything.
no? I mean, is there like tracks leading to and from, or
Gotcha. With 100, yes, there. It looks like whoever came in from the top.
really?
That probably implied that our protector has left the place.
Yeah, either he's not around or whoever did it was very, very stealthy.
Yeah, I wonder if we met somebody like that earlier in the adventures. Could this be Bullseye back?
And with 100, you do find a card.
Oh,
And it basically says, the mayor thanks you for paying proper tribute. Next time, don't make us come for it.
well.
Well, that solves that.
Well, I have an idea. Perhaps Buzzkill and John, you can go deliver some peaches while I make things more difficult to steal.
Good with me. Apparently, Fisk is gonna take his part wherever we are. Eh?
We're not in a position to challenge Fisk. However, we can make his life a little more difficult.
Good with that. I'll let you do that, and I'll bring the peaches, and we can go look for that laboratory after that.
All right.
So, a quick trip through the energy lines over to the orphanage. Zoop. And I don't think, did we ever name the lady that runs the orphanage?
Yeah, it was Rose, wasn't it?
No,
It
that
was?
was the
Oh.
Ruby Rose was the smuggler.
Yeah. Ruby is the
Ruby
the
Soho.
part.
That was Ruby Soho. Yeah, I don't think we ever named the other one.
Yes, Mariette.
Oh, there we go.
She's an old woman in her 80s.
There we go.
Good note keeping. That's not a name I
Thank
can
you.
know.
Every game needs their note keeper.
And it's never me.
Oh, my notes for Star Trek are insane.
I don't keep notes for the games that I run. So
I have to make up for not having a Vulcan memory in the Star Trek games, so my notes are brutal. I type nonstop during that game.
I've seen your notes. They are insane. Stop doing that.
But it means I can pull out direct quotes when I need them. So
You're gonna have a stroke. You call me out on shit all the time. You're just like, you said this, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking?
I totally do.
Like you could make it up now. You could just like anyway, back to this game.
So you guys get to the orphanage. You do notice because like you don't zap right into the place. You like zap out onto the the street nearby, and the streets are fairly quiet. I mean, you guys went to Stark Tower in the evening, and you do know that there is a
There's a curfew, isn't there?
There's a curfew in place.
Oops.
But I mean, this is the first time you guys have been outside in several hours now. So
All hyped up on coffee. What could go wrong?
So John and Buzzkill, the streets are quiet. There's nobody around. You can see like way off in the distance, just because of the fact that they are so tall and a lot of the buildings have been leveled. You can see sentinels in positions around around the neighborhood, but they're not paying attention to you. They're not coming your way or anything. They look like they're just like standing post.
All right. I am making sure my collar's still there. So I can pass inspection.
And out of curiosity, who has the masking device you guys have?
Ouais, ben, le laptop a comme
Not sure.
des paramètres
I
différents.
thought
I-
Buzzkill had it, but I don't know.
I traded for it, but I'm not a technician by any means. I'm pretty clever,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
an artist, not a
Well,
I assume
media
we'll,
artist. As that.
we'll set it with the guys that are going outside, right?
Yeah. Well, it was either Buzzkill or Pip that had it because they had it to get on the train.
I think it was Buzzkill.
There we go.
All right.
Um,
Say that.
So yeah, it's like a little backpack-sized device that masks you as long as you guys stay fairly close. So, but yeah, I mean, you can kind of peek in the windows of the orphanage. You can see that the kids are going about doing their normal routine. Some of them are watching TV, some of them are listening to the radio, some of them are coloring, playing games, so on and so forth. It's just the exterior streets that are very, very quiet with no activity.
All right.
Sorry, I had someone ask me something.
No worries.
Nobody confronts us. We'll just do this routine.
Yep.
We also want to make sure, as we're doing this, that are we still seeing people that were not missing the last time we were here and saw people missing? Now missing?
No. Some of the people that were missing before have returned because those were people that you rescued from the train.
Awesome.
So some of the windows, you see figures in there where previously there weren't any. So that some of those mutants have at least made it home. But I will get both of you to give me. What is your intuition actually?
Mine reasons remarkable, but the intuition's only good.
Okay.
I'm going to spend hero points on this one too.
Okay. What is John's intuition?
My intuition is good.
All right. So I'm gonna need red results from you guys.
That was not the best way to split the party.
Absolutely not.
Well, all I can do is fail. No, I can't fail this roll. Now it's just a matter of how many karma I lose.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think we both nailed it. I came close to nailing it, but I'm not losing that much.
With a good, you actually need a 98 for a red.
So
27?
So
27.
27 karma from Buzzkill. But as you guys make your way in, thank you, Peaches.
Sort of. Put them someplace. These are going to expand without water in a certain amount of time. And you don't want to be around when it does it because they're in tin, and they're going to expand to whatever space they're in. So they're not going to explode or anything like that.
Okay,
but,
okay. They're not
they've been
dangerous.
shrunken with special Stark technology. So just wait until they grow. If you wait until they grow, you can expand again. You'll be able to use them, but put them someplace where they have plenty of room to expand, and don't put anything on top of them or around them.
But they're not dangerous.
Absolutely not. But if you flush one down the toilet, you're going to need a plumber.
Don't let anyone eat one like that.
Okay. And just so you know, the way Pip's shrinking works, like these things are like there's tons of. You ever see those guys on YouTube that do like the micro foods?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's like that. But it weighs the same amount as a normal can of peaches.
We should get a slingshot for Pipsqueak.
That would be an awesome weapon, actually. Just get a blowgun and a whole bunch of Hawkeye's arrows.
Well, thank you. When I get the opportunity, I will definitely send you some of the homemade cobbler.
Spectacular. I'll look forward to it.
Oh,
And I'll give a rough idea how long they're going to be like then.
I think Pipsqueak said like 4 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a.
Actually, didn't you hit yellow on that one? So it's going to be like 18 days.
No, she only
No,
got green.
yeah, it was.
Oh,
it was
okay.
green.
That's cool.
4 days.
Yeah.
4 hours. Right?
Oh, well, thank you. That's. I mean, honestly, I'm touched that you remembered. I know you've had a lot to do recently.
Oh, what have you heard?
Oh, you know, I hear things.
Well, don't spread it around. We're keeping all of it secret.
Well, of course. I mean, what sort of mother would I be if I told people what my kids were up to?
And I give her a wink and a hug and anything else you need?
No. I think we're fine for now. We the kids picked up some stuff for trade, and we got some food, and power's still on, so I think we're good.
Well, spectacular. And I guess we'll roll out and figure out why we spent 28 karma.
So on your way out, you know, as you make your way over to like your egress point, Buzzkill, you notice you just kind of catch a flash of red kind of ducking behind or like around a corner of an alleyway nearby. Obviously somebody who was watching you who did not want to be noticed.
Well, any details there?
The clothing, you've encountered that clothing before. That's a member of the hand.
Oh, that explains the red. Well, if they don't want to engage, I definitely don't want to engage. Let's get back to base, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not suited to fighting ninjas. We learned that pretty. That was a forceful lesson.
Okay. All right. Perfect. In the meantime, back at the base, what are Pip and Lodestone doing?
Right. So, Pip, if we stack all of our things in this particular little corner of the sewer system, such as it is, maybe I could just put very heavy blocks in front of it.
I mean, you could. They're probably gonna either bust the blocks and bust our shit, or bust the blocks and bust our shit. But unless we've got someone who's really strong and take it anyway. But yeah, sure, let's do that.
Well, it would take some effort. It would make some noise, and
Might draw our landlord down. Yep.
perhaps.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Let's see if we can make a storage room of sorts.
Yeah. Without me shrinking anything down, because the last thing we need is not to be able to use it because it's all tiny.
Correct.
I could shrink you down to match.
We've discussed this already.
It's worth a try. Someday you will ask me. to shrink you down. And I will
Perhaps.
do it with a giggle.
No.
Yeah.
Tactically speaking, we've found that me tossing you at people is probably the best bet.
Yeah, that is good. It's very good. But
Because you
someday.
are very small, but very sturdy.
Well, small as comparison. And yeah. Yeah.
So basically, Chris, the idea is to find a corner of one of these subway tunnels and just stack blocks, like big, heavy blocks, because like he's got amazing strength. So,
All right. So nothing terribly
nothing.
ordained. Yep.
Yeah, nothing super. Just like if you can't pick up 50 tons of stone, you can't get through here.
Perfect. Yeah, that's no problem at all. There's plenty of rubble and everything about. So yeah, you make like a little like cask of amontillado type of setting with your stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that won't take long, but Buzzkill and John weren't gone very long late either, so they zot back. I will give everybody 15 karma, basically for the charitable donation and the commitment, because you guys said you were going to get peaches, and then you got her peaches.
Wow. Is that 15 on both or 15 on just one?
15 on both. I know it's not a lot, but sometimes the little things matter. But yes, John and Buzzkill, you guys get back to the headquarters just as Pip and Lodestone have finished basically putting all of your trading stuff away in this little hidey hole.
All right. I saw ninjas.
Ninjas?
Ninjas.
What?
Yeah, it looked like the hand was out. I don't know if they're tracking the orphanage or us, but I'm betting it was us. So they probably know both are hangouts now. Yeah, I just caught him in the corner of my eye, just as they hid in the shadows.
Maybe we should get ourselves out of town.
Maybe up north.
Probably so, yes. Oh, and incidentally, our supplies are behind this wall that we've made. If you need something, just ask. I'll make a hole.
The wall that he made. I didn't do jack. I carried stuff.
Do I need to watch out for something?
It's just very heavy stones, and I don't want to prevent you from having access, but
I'm gonna keep to my wire.
maybe we could put a light in there or something. Not that is going to matter anyway. North, yes.
Whenever you're ready. Everyone's
I'm
ready.
ready.
If everyone's ready, I'm touching people and a wire and going zoom.
Okay, perfect. All right. So with the energy path, you can essentially carry weight as if your energy path rating was your strength. So, there's plenty of room for people. So you guys zip down the electron highway. Like, oh, this is so fast. We'll be there in no time. And then it just kind of spits you out near the edge of town, like on the outside of New York City. And you realize that there's probably not interconnectivity between the ruined wastelands of outer New York and Saratoga Springs.
I did not think about the infrastructure decay of the U.S. when I planned my travel.
Yeah, we can always hotwire a car.
We're probably gonna need to.
It's been a long time since we've been out here. And what does the helmet say?
Let me check. Run a scan around us.
Okay. Give me a psyche roll.
Hmm. Interesting.
Psyche, I'm remarkable.
You are picking up a wide variety of life forms in the area, but the sensors, you're not used to it yet. You can't tell what's human, what's animal, what's plant, what's mutant. And it's picking up like all of the life signs within like 10 miles. So you need some time kind of experimenting with them, but to kind of be able to zone it in a little bit and kind of figure out what all the little markers on your HUD mean. No. It's like the first time you play a video game and you pull up the map and you don't look at what the legend is.
Yeah.
The one thing that you do know though is that it is picking up sentinels, but they are behind you in the city.
Okay. There are sentinels, but they are back there in the city.
Uh, none of yeah. Because the helmet can also tell you none of them are moving. But you are picking up basically Mark 4, Mark 5, and Mark 6 Sentinels.
Huh.
Preparing for the speech, I suppose.
I think they're on standby to be put on action if something pops in town. Depending on the threat level, they'll activate a 4, a 5, or a 6.
Well, if everything goes right and we find this armor, we'll cause them some concern.
Um, Before we do that, what kind of distance is between New York and Saratoga Spring?
That is a good question.
If we do take a car, can we go there and back before the governor make his discourse? Is
Oh yes, definitely. It is 178.6 miles.
okay, so doable. Just need to find the right vehicle. So I'm picking up a bunch of things alive around us, but nothing feels threatening. And I'm still trying to figure out what is human versus animal versus plant. So I got a bunch on the HUD right now.
There's like a grouping of about 8 or 9 life signs in close proximity, 2 miles to your northwest.
Is that away from town?
It is away from town.
Okay, so not something I can get us closer to. So yeah, there's a little group over there. Maybe we can find something there, but it's like approximately 2 miles.
It's not too bad. I mean, kind of nice to walk for 2 miles if no sentinels are around to scoop us up.
Good point. I don't mind walking, but I can fly and scout ahead. I'm just quite visible. Maybe less visible during the day, but quite visible at night.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, just because they're not sentinels doesn't mean they're not dangerous, especially to us.
I bet people have shotguns this year.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
It looks like we're gonna have a 2-mile walk.
I guess so. I unless it's nighttime, I am gonna fly ahead.
It is nighttime. Actually, it's
And I'm
probably
walking.
by this point it's probably about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, then I'll walk with them.
Okay.
And the mighty eyes that caught the hand will keep their eye out, but not using karma this time.
All right. So yeah, you guys continue on. As you start to get closer, Lodestone, you pick up because of your really high intuition. The little flicker of a campfire. The glint of firelight on something metal through like the trees in this kind of wooded area. You can hear voices kind of talking, and the smell of campfire and something cooking. Oh, Tony was AFK.
All right, we'll tell him when he gets back. He's probably not the one we'd want to send over there.
Yeah, I will assume that Lodestone will point out what he sees. You guys all have to kind of like really kind of concentrate to hear it or smell it or see it, just because his intuition is so much higher than everybody else's.
Yeah.
But you can make it out.
All right. So Tony made out a campfire that we didn't, but you pointed it out to us. You're smelling cooking food. So
Yeah.
probably normal people.
Voices talking, kind of low, just like, no shit there was stories. The glint of something metallic, like the firelight off of something metallic, and the smell of like barbecue.
Okay.
And you can give me an intuition roll just to see if you can pick up any of the actual conversation beyond just a general like low talking.
72 at fantastic.
All right. So yeah, so they're talking, and it seems like they're telling like literally no shit there was stories, and then like you kind of catch the word filthy mutie, and then what you do to them once you caught them. It's like did what everybody does, strung them up. I debated taking them in for bounty, but where's the fun in that?
These people aren't our friends.
Do they have a car?
Let's go find out.
All right.
Because if they're not our friend, I could find a moral justification to take their car.
I think we've found that already. I would like to speak to these people. How many do we know? How many there
You figure about half a dozen.
are? Lodestone will just start walking forward.
Well, if you're not hiding, I'll walk with you and I'll turn the energy sheath on. Actually, I'll go fly over them, distract them so when they turn around, you'll be there.
Okay. All right.
Who's stringing up who now?
All right. So, are you trying to draw attention to Buzzkill, or are you?
I'm flying over. I'm not necessarily trying to until I'm the opposite side of them and where Lodestone's going to be walking out of the woods from. It's let the voice behind them scare the hell of them when they see this big dragon-looking thing that licks its eyeball in
Go.
anticipation for a fight.
That's the gecko move.
Yeah.
All right. So as you fly overhead, and basically as you separate from the group, you see one of them. It kind of looks up, it looks around, and then looks towards the direction the group is. It doesn't look at Buzzkill, but looks towards the group after you leave them.
Okay.
It's like, company, time to juice her up, boys.
I'm going to fire the EPM pulse again.
Okay.
And I will use Karma. I'm aiming for around yellow.
Okay. And that's remarkable power.
Yes, it is.
So you need to spend 11 to get a yellow.
Perfect.
All right, and give me an intuition roll there, Buzzkill, since you're the one flying overhead. So yeah, as that one basically calls out to the rest of the group, you see the other 5 of them. They kind of like reach onto their belts and they pull out like these capsules and snap them and inhale something.
What? Oh, not the
that can't
mechanical
be good.
devices I hoped for, but at least I cut off their communications.
All right, and we may as well go into initiative. So declarations.
Right. Okay. I assume they're wearing like normal clothes.
Uh,
Belt
they
buckles, jeans.
not really. It looks more like scrap that they've got together from like what they pulled. They've got like some belt buckles and stuff, but
So they have metal.
they do have some metal. Yes.
Right. So my declaration is to I'm going to move forward,
Okay.
and then I'm going to make in the center of this little dais a very, very strong magnetic field.
Okay. You think I would be smart and I would put initiative modifiers on my GM screen? All right. Oh, nice. All right. So you're making up a magnetic field. All right. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm going to do the usual charging attack.
Okay.
Just pick one of them. I don't know how many there are.
Okay.
I do know how many there are.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a hound there. There's one that looks different.
There is. That's the one that seems to have noticed the group.
I know what that is. That's a Rachel Summers.
Yep. I mean, not as cool as Rachel, because Rachel has all kinds of extra juice.
Right.
I think I'm gonna play safe and I'm gonna put my body armor with energy solidification.
Okay. And Pip, what would you like to do?
I'm just getting ready to run and crash into one of these people.
Okay.
I'll pick number 1. Hunter 1.
Yeah, I'll aim for number 4.
Okay. Alrighty. And they are going to do that. So that will be initiative. Oh, also an 11.
Ties go to the player.
Ties do go to the player.
He's hiding dice now. So we don't know if it was a +1, they rolled really good.
That's because I had it on private for something else. So.
Oh, that's fine. I love private dice for the GM.
If the hound is rolling the initiative, I would be worried. You're still probably higher though.
All right. So you guys get to go first.
All right, might as well let Lodestone go first. I can move 3 areas. 3. And then I'll make my thing in the middle here.
Okay.
Even for a debuff on everybody.
Yep. What's the strength on that?
Strength on that is amazing.
Okay.
I can rip their belts right off them. And their pants will be down fighting.
Okay. So yeah. Because I'm curious. Impressive. So yeah, so the magnetic field goes off, and they kind of plant their feet. They do not get moved.
Really?
Yeah. And now that you're closer and super perceptive, you can see that their muscles are like unnaturally bulgy.
Not human.
Well, they did that.
That leaves us with John, Buzzkill, and Pip.
Because it's easy, I'll make my roll.
Okay. Which one are you charging?
4, and I'll kind of do it from the upper right towards the lower left.
Okay.
I was already over there anyway.
Okay. Okay. What's your endurance?
My endurance is excellent, and my energy sheath is excellent, but I think we're using the energy sheath, right?
Yep. And you get column shifts.
Yep, as many as you'll give me.
So that is a hit. So it does, I would do 20, so we do 16, so it's a remarkable 26, 27, 28 damage. Alright, so you go slamming into him. He does not look nearly as injured as you would hope. And like you slam into him and he doesn't budge an inch.
Well, I do. And I'm still airborne.
Okay. How many areas up would you like to be?
Oh, 3.
Okay. You can be 2.
All right, 2. Just good enough for, a concussion when I land, when my power goes out.
Okay. All right. That will leave us with John and Pip.
Do I need to roll to make my my energy shield?
Nope. Zoop, it goes up.
Yep.
Did you want to move or anything, or are you good where you are?
Let me check the map. Yeah, I'm gonna get closer.
Okay. Perfect. And as you guys get closer, you can see that same sort of like abnormal muscle mass. It's like Rob Liefeld drew these guys, except they have feet. Buzzkill, since you spotted them earlier when you flew over, they did not look like that when you flew over.
Yeah, I figured they were doing like a Mr. Hyde thing.
Yeah. They look like, if you ever read X Factor, do you remember Strong Guy?
Yes.
Yeah, they've got that sort of muscle mass going on.
That's disgusting.
Good old Guido. All right, Pip.
Yeah. Um, I'm going to try to charge number 1 still.
Okay.
How far can I move?
Which your endurance is remarkable?
3.
Incredible.
Incredible. 3.
Perfect. So yes. 1, 2, 3 will get me in the hunters. Over. Up. Providing I can go on the diagonal.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay. And then crashing into hunter number 1.
All right, so that gives you 3 columns just for moving through 3 areas. And roll for a charging attack on this spectacular column.
I'm going to be spending karma.
Okay.
And we'll see how this goes.
45 is a hit. And the minimum of 10 you need will bring you into a yellow, which is a slam.
Nice.
Yep, just barely yellow, but
Okay.
I'll take it.
And you do 65 damage to him.
Damn.
She packs a wallop for such a little kid. Or not kid, but you know.
That's why I like tossing her around.
Okay. He rolls versus slam. 52 is only a green. So he is slammed back 1 area. So 1 area of your choice.
Let me get back on the park here. Oh no, not the park. Forest. Go. I'm gonna slam him
Into one of his partners.
yeah, into Hunter 5.
Okay. That would be a separate attack, so you can't do that, but you can throw him into that area.
Chuck him into that zone at least.
Yeah. And yeah, you hit him with such force that you basically kind of pop him slightly free of the magnetic field.
Cool.
But he does stagger back up to his feet. And you see like the blood is like pooling from his nose. Like he's definitely hurt now. But he's not down.
I just smile, my little innocent self smile.
He kind of looks at you, and he picks up a rock and throws it at you. Maybe, assuming he makes his roll to change his action.
Is there a dodge?
You have to declare that at the start.
Okay.
Alright, so that is enough to change his action. Remarkable agility still goes down by 1.
Ah, you're fine.
25 will miss, so he throws a chunk of like ground at you, and it's a sizable chunk. Like, he is definitely stronger than a normal person should be.
Yeah.
Hunter number
I'm just gonna look at him like, really? You're throwing rocks?
Hunter number 4 is going to... Oh, Ranger 2. Perfect. Lodestone got closer, so I don't have to worry about that. That is a hit. So the guy that Buzzkill kind of dove through sees like this strange reptile guy, kind of reaches into a pocket, pulls out this like this basically like hollow piece of wood, puts it up to his lips, goes and hits Lodestone for 6 points of damage.
6.
Yep.
That sounds like a dart gun.
And an amazing intensity endurance feat.
There it is.
Amazing. Oh, well. Remark. I can actually do it with a red. I think I need to spend some karma.
But if you spend karma, how are you going to figure out what the roll is for?
I mean, there's 5 more attacking, so we'll figure it out. 18, and I need what am I? I'm remarkable.
You need
I
a
need
95.
I don't have enough to do. Well, actually, I might.
And people say D&D taught people how to do math.
God, it's gross.
You need
73.
Yep.
Technically, I do. Leaves me with 10 karma.
Okay. All right. So this dart, and then you start to feel like a little bit woozy. And your head starts spinning, and that ground is coming up at your face awfully fast, and you're going to snap out of it.
Incidentally, if we didn't turn in the peaches, I wouldn't have had enough.
See, there's your good deed.
Right? That a good deed means a good deed. 15 karma is 15 karma.
You got it.
And you see the other 3, number 2, number 3, and number 5. They're basically they're struggling against that magnetic field, trying to pull away from it. And the hound. He does not have anything metal on him. He's just going to move and kind of duck down behind cover and watch. He's done his job. His job is to find people. All right. So top of the round for declarations. You guys now realize that these folks are not ordinary humans. And as you guys make your way into the fray, the glint of firelight that you saw off of metal, it is like an old Jeep Wrangler style of Jeep, like with the top off, the sides off, that sort of thing.
Okay.
All right.
The Jeep.
So my declaration is going to do the same thing that I did before.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it about 30 feet in the air.
Okay. We'll say that green rectangle that represents the Jeep. Just so you guys know where it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they could brace their feet, but can they brace their feet if there's nothing to brace against? Is what I'm thinking.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
We might still think about dropping them too from high altitudes.
I mean, they could take a hit, so I could drop them 30 feet, and it's not going to kill them.
Yeah, 30 feet is probably about 2 areas. All right, that's Lodestone. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to take an electrical shock energy blast at Hunter number 4 because sometimes energy affects harder to people with body armor than physical attacks. So we'll see how that works.
Okay, just so you know, when you slammed into him, it didn't feel like you ran into anything more solid than somebody who was just really, really strong. Basically, he doesn't have body armor. He just has higher than average health.
Right. All right, and then in that case, I will repeat the charging attack.
Okay. All right. Pip and John, what would you guys like to do?
Oh, and my power use tracker. We got about 2 or 3 left.
Okay.
I'm ramming Hunter 1 again.
Okay.
The one set as the hound was going toward the car.
He looks like he's just ducking out of the combat. Kind of like, okay, I found them. You guys kill shit. I'm gonna be over here.
You have one
Okay.
of those collars on?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna use energy solidification to put a dome around the car.
Okay.
So
All right.
nobody thinks of fleeing.
Okay. So that is going to be initiative.
Well, I mean,
All right. So you guys are up first.
all right, I'll go first just because it's crowd control. And I will attempt to suck all these people in the air.
All right.
Wow, dude, settle down.
All right, that's 5. All right. So you do get most of them. But number 1 and number 4, they plant their feet and they just practically shrug it off.
I can still move, right?
You can.
I'll take cover up here.
Okay.
Because the Jeep has an engine, and an engine is made of metal.
Gotcha. All right. Who would like to go next?
I'll ram number 1.
Okay.
I'll spend karma on it.
Okay.
Good
You're
thing.
going to be spending a lot of karma on it.
Yeah.
You need to spend 19 karma to get a hit.
I was wrong.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Okay.
19 is not a problem.
It's better than 73.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't hit nearly as hard, just because you don't have as much space to run. But yeah, you like run, you slam, you jump into him, stagger him back ever so slightly. Not an actual stagger result. He's looking pretty hurt now. He kind of like pulls himself, like spits out a tooth.
I'll be back in a second. I got a call.
Okay.
Pippa will kind of wrinkle her nose like, ooh, that's gross. When he spits the tooth out.
Right. Buzzkill.
Charging number 4.
Okay.
I'll try to aim him in the air if that's possible, since he's already there.
He's not actually.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just do the normal.
Okay. Okay, and you were 2 areas up, so 3 areas total.
Well, I can go pretty fast. I can spin around and come and take it.
3's the max anyway.
Okay.
3's the max for column shifts. You get extra damage as well. But that is a green. That is a hit.
All right.
For... Okay. Yeah, you slam into him. He like kind of coughs up some blood. Smiles at you. Says, a real fight.
I'm staying about 2 areas up.
Okay. Yeah, you've got true flight, so you can just keep accelerating. All right. Hunter number 1 was going to like punch at Pip. Oh, that is a horrible miss.
Not that well.
Yeah, he's like,
Wow.
he takes a swing, but like blood is in his eyes. You know, he's like staggering around.
In front of them too.
Hunter 4 was going to attack Lodestone, but now Buzzkill's right here. So he's going to try to change his action. He will not. So he will instead continue with his original plan of attacking Lodestone, but he has -3 column shifts.
It can't be good. For him.
I don't know. This game, the dice can really swing, right?
That's true.
1, 2, 3. So he's rolling on the excellent table to charge you.
See?
Oh, that is a yellow.
You're going to feel that one.
So yeah, so he charges into you for 16 damage. And I need a roll against slam.
Endurance is remarkable.
Okay. 68 is a yellow. So you are staggered. So it kind of knocks you off your foot just a little. Gives you a -1 column shift next time.
Yep.
John has thrown up a dome around the Jeep so that other folks can't get to it. And these folks are going to try desperately to break free. I saw the 9 and I was hopeful. So the other 3 are still suspended in the air. They look like
that's good.
they're
Great.
Yep.
trying to get free. Next round. He's over there with Lozone, over there with Pip. Okay, I know what I'm doing.
The hound's not in the air, though, right?
No. The hound actually doesn't have anything metal on him.
I can do the charging attacks against him, assuming Lodestone's going to take this guy out.
Okay.
I'm not aiming for Hunter 4. Well, I can if you want me. Yeah, I can do Hunter 4.
Do Hunter 4. I'll take the hand because I prefer. Buzzkill doesn't know this, but he might be a telepath.
I got to deal with the 3 that I have crowd controlled, right?
That's probably true. But I'm confident you can take another hit from him.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
I'm sticking with 1 because now we have a relationship.
Oh, is that what it's called?
When you spill blood together.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so Chris, my intention is to raise these guys up another 2 areas.
Okay.
And I'm going to move my 3 areas as well.
Okay.
That's my declaration.
Okay. Okay. Buzzkill is charging the hound.
I imagine he's doing a loop to do it, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Picking up some speed. Okay. Pip.
Yeah, I'm still scrapping it out with Hunter 1.
Okay.
But if we can like run around to gather up speed, then I will go through 3 zones to get to him, even though he's
Okay.
right in front of me.
Right. So you kind of like duck and tumble and then bounce off a wall and slam into him.
Yeah, just kind of like, make the face when he spits out his tooth and then run away from him like it's some weird game of cat and mouse. And I'm maybe playing both.
and then when he comes back, like good old fashioned clothesline, right?
Like I've had an entire stomach full of coffee from Rhodey's place after not having coffee for years.
The Rock and Roll Express playing with the Road Warriors here. You're going to get 10 hits in, but he's going to get that one clothesline. It's going to be equal.
She's got a little bit of energy to work off right now.
Right. Perfect. Is Yorick back?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Sound like it.
Alrighty. So initiative then. God damn it.
So exhausting to hit that +5.
Haha.
Oh shit.
You invited the curse, man. Why did you do
I did. That's my fault. That's my bad.
All right. So Hunter number 4 over here by Lodestone. He's like looking at you, and you see he kind of like drops back. He brings his hands up, and then basically goes like pow pow pow, and like is going to give you a couple of jabs using martial arts B.
Ooh, boxer.
Gives him +1 to his fighting when engaged in unarmed combat. Ooh, that's a good solid hit. That is a possible slam, actually.
Really? These guys are good fighters.
So
well, this one at least.
that's going to be 26 damage.
Okay, I'm fine.
And a possible slam.
That's endurance, right?
Yep. Okay.
Don't think so.
So he does rock you pretty solidly, but you don't give up any ground.
Take one on the chin.
The guy over here with Pip is going to do the same thing. That is also a possible slam.
Ooh.
So that is going to be 26 damage.
Okay.
And an endurance roll.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good.
My endurance is incredible, so no.
87 is still a stagger.
Okay, what does that do?
It basically knocks you back a little bit, gives you -1 column shift.
Okay.
You got
I'll
rocked a
make
little
up for
bit.
it.
Yeah.
You got rocked
Yeah.
a little bit.
Those 3 guys are still struggling to break free. Oh, maybe. And your magnetic field is amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
That is not enough to break free.
Crowd control.
Yep. So that is all of my guys.
All right, Buzzkill, take that hound out.
All right.
So you kind of zip around the battlefield. Zoom.
Yeah, and get a good distance so I can get my 3 column shifts in.
Yep.
And watch me find out he's got an amazing force field.
Splat.
Can I use hero points? I didn't declare I was going to.
As long as it's before you roll.
All right, I'm going to use hero points.
Okay.
I want to hit this guy real hard.
Yeah.
I certainly did. So I guess I'm using 10 hero points.
Yep. So that is a possible stun on his behalf.
104. Yep, that'll do it.
He's fighting against, just, I don't know what he's fighting against, but 16 to start with. So excellent to start with.
Yep. Well, you get the 3 column shifts, right? Which put it up to
Remarkable, incredible.
no, up to amazing.
Oh, okay. Oh, 3, right.
So that's
Look at me,
46.
can't count to 3.
Yeah, 46 damage, and then so 46 plus 2 for every area that you go through.
I wonder I was a terrible wrestler. I couldn't count to 3. I should have been a referee.
All right. So you slam into this guy and basically just like keep going until you hit like the wall here with you kind of between him. And then pull away. He is dropped. He is out.
All right. I feel better about that.
He is not nearly as robust as the hunters.
Yeah, I just had the feeling it was a lot more dangerous because it was a different color.
Yeah. Nope. Just different power set. All right. That will bring us to, I guess, Pip and Lodestone.
Get him, Pip.
I'm gonna try. 1, 2, 3 to try to ram him hard.
Okay.
I'll spend karma on it.
Yep.
Run around, turn around, kick him in the balls.
Oh God!
Oh.
It's a good thing I was spending karma on it.
All right. So you're normally at your endurance is normally incredible, right?
Yes.
Good news is you can turn that into a hit for the low cost of 18 karma.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, your
Okay.
endurance is so good.
Yeah, that's true. I will gladly do so.
That will drop him. Right.
Just kind of pat him on the shoulder. Night, night.
Lodestone, you're up.
My action was to pull these guys further in the air.
Perfect. So yeah, they continue to lift up. Did we ever put a range on your?
I don't think so, but it's like a lot. It's amazing. So I'm not sure what amazing is on range column X or Y or whatever it is. It's probably like 8 areas or something.
It would probably be range area B, or sorry, range A. Because once you get out of range A, then you start going into miles.
Okay.
So amazing would be 15 areas.
Yeah. So they're going for a trip.
Yep. All right. Next round. They are struggling. Do they have any sort of range things? They do not. Their only hope is to try to break free.
Is that a hope? They're a long way up there.
I mean, gravity's a thing.
They're confident that they can survive a fall from 60 feet.
I would be able to.
All right. There is one hunter down here on the ground still.
I mean, I'm pretty happy keeping 3 guys tied up, right? So
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll take him now.
Okay.
So I'm going to just lift them up higher until they stop being defiant.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys take care of Hunter 4.
That's an amazing power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys declare on how much that would be? Because amazing in distance, it's pretty scary.
It's 15 areas.
Yeah, that's a charging attack against the ground.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're not concerned yet.
Or
They
the
will
ground
be
isn't
soon.
making a charging attack against them.
All right. So Buzzkill, you're attacking the hunter.
I am.
Okay. Pip, what would you like to do?
Well, oh, the hound is out.
I think it's just Hunter 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll make a run for Hunter 4.
Okay.
I'm back.
Perfect.
Yay!
All right. Just in time for declarations. 3 of the hunters are being hoisted in the air by Lodestone as he just keeps raising his magnetic field up. Buzzkill has taken out the hound. Pip has taken out her hunter. The only hunter left on the ground is hunter number 4 over there, who's basically adopted a boxing stance and is like taking little jabs at Lodestone.
Very successfully.
Did the energy box around the car work?
Yes.
Great. Have you guys declared for this turn?
They have. Lodestone's continuing to keep the 3 he's got locked up, just hoisting them higher and higher in the air. And Buzzkill and Pip are both making a dash for Hunter 4.
Right. I'm gonna, in that case, try to use energy materialization to make binding appears on the hunter that are hoisted up in the air.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. And that will be initiative. Alright, you guys go first.
Back to normal. Didn't taunt the dice this time.
I didn't taunt him. Yeah. Yeah. So mine's really, really easy. So you go, boys.
Charging attack against Hunter 4. See if I can aim him into one of these walls behind us. Separate him from Lodestone a little bit.
Okay. I'm assuming that you're zipping around since you're traveling. I mean, you can
Oh,
accelerate 3 rounds or 3 areas every
Oh
round.
yeah,
So
it's coming at him pretty fast,
yeah,
from a distance, and I'm flashing electricity so he can see it coming.
perfect. So it'll be 3 column shifts, brings you up to amazing.
True flight is a thing.
I believe that is a hit, but no slam.
Just shy of yellow. But that is a solid hit.
I believe in the Ultimate Powers book, they say true flight's the what everybody wants.
Yep.
I don't have it great, but I have it.
Okay, he is barely standing. He kind of like struggles to his feet. Kind of like puts up his fists. Kind of like adopts a boxing stance. Like he's bloodied. Like his manager should be throwing in the towel, sort of thing. Leaving us with Pip and John.
I'm still going toward Hunter 4, planning on
Okay.
ramming into them.
Okay.
I will spend Karma.
Okay.
2, 3.
Okay. That will be on the spectacular table.
Yeah.
34. That is a green. He's going to drop with just a hit, so you may as well just spend the minimum.
Yeah, I was going to say it'll be 40.
He had 2 health left.
Oh.
You messed him up.
So I could have just gone. I could have just walked over and punched him in the face.
He had 2 health, and you did 65.
Charge up and just like Superman punch. Pow! Little GSP action here.
I'll kind of like try to catch him before he hits the ground. It's like, oh,
Shit.
You okay? Just kind of
Right,
I lit up. Oh yeah, you'll be fine. Your pupils are the same size. It's okay.
They're not going the same direction though.
Well, not currently, no.
Well, now, gentlemen.
Okay. And John solidifies up some manacles.
I thinking like circle of light.
Perfect. So like binding their arms to their torso, sort of thing.
Yep.
Excellent.
Restrain them for a while.
Are we done here?
I don't know. I didn't see any muties get strung up.
You guys should find another hobby, like knitting or something.
Filthy mutants.
I don't think they realize the gravity of the situation.
The thing you did that like impair your brain function or something? Is all the blood going to your muscles instead of your mind?
He basically does his best to kind of spit at Pip.
Dude, do you know how far in the air you are? You're not gonna hit me. I'm tiny on the best of days.
qu'on va être plus loin des gens.
Like,
Alright.
you could literally be standing in front of me and miss.
I kind of want to fly over, kind of like out of their reach, and just take a pot shot at one with an electrical blast, just to spark his hair out a little bit. Are we doing initiative, or are we just going to beat on him?
No, they're at the point now where they can't escape. Their arms are bound. They're magnetized. But yeah, the whole time they're just like yelling, just like the most disgusting racial, bullshit.
All right. I'm doing like I don't know who was that actor. Maybe it was Risky Business or something. where he's always popping finger
Look at
guns
that.
and he's spinning around dancing and pops another finger guns at the guy and
Okay.
repeated finger guns at the guy, laughing and dancing in the air just until I put them all down.
Okay.
One at a time.
I think I like them better when they're unconscious.
But yeah, these guys are like unremitting, like racist mutant haters.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about doing this at all.
They are zombie equivalents.
Yeah, I'm curious about the drugs that they took.
You can very easily find the vials, and it's that same sort of greenish substance that you found on the boat and on the island.
Have
on
you
the-
left?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start rifling through their pockets, the ones that are unconscious, and taking everything.
No, Pip. No, make sure we we need to write down what we have here. We can't willy-nilly having children walking around with this M virus or whatever it is.
No, so I'm taking it. And I mean, their wallets and change and whatever else they've got. But I'm
There's
taking the vials.
change in your vials is fine, but the vials we should maybe
Jeep keys.
a
keys.
grown-up should have some.
I will look at the keys too.
Right.
But I'm grown up enough to empty people's pockets. It'll be fine.
If I didn't know what your intuition was, Lodestone, I would try to pocket some, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, everybody's like no, and Losto's like
I'm
no.
not gonna accidentally jab myself with this shit. That's nuts.
Yeah, not with Mother Superior here anyway.
Right. And it's not a jab. It's like a break open and inhale.
Yeah, not breathing that shit on my own. Thank you.
All right. So you do find 5 more vials of MGH.
I voted Nita for Luke Keeper.
It's because
He seems qualified.
You do find that they're armed with, like, oddly enough, they're armed with like blowguns.
What are they? They're not shooting vials of this stuff at people. What are they using as ammo?
They got like a couple of darts.
Yeah, and that was the thing that Tony had to make the big endurance roll
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
so we don't know what it does.
Yeah, that's the worry. I'm going to very carefully handle the darts. Since I just made a big deal about not accidentally taking anything or jabbing myself, I'm going to make sure that I don't accidentally jab myself.
And collect all the drugs while she's at it.
And
I'm already
any form
high
of
on caffeine.
communication they have on them. And,
Everything that's in their pockets is coming with us.
just leave them here in their underwear. We're taking the Jeep.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch them, but go for it.
They don't have any form of communication, no walkie-talkies or anything.
No, like Dick Tracy watches or nothing.
Nope.
What about the hound? Usually,
Uh,
legends are that the hounds are kept on leashes and stuff, and really are abused. Barely more than animals.
They are when they're not freed. So yeah, it looks like these guys are essentially like little more than raiders, just raiders who got their hands on some MGH. The fact that a hound was working with them indicates that they were probably like hunting mutants because turned in mutants for bounty. They do have cash on them.
All right.
It doesn't help since you guys are not allowed to spend it.
That's okay. We know people who are.
And the keys to the Jeep are here as well.
Perfect.
How much cash do we get?
Like a couple $100.
Oh, nice. We definitely know people who could use that.
In the immortal words of Bobby the Brain Heenan, people that say money can't buy happiness are idiots. Give me $20 and watch me smile.
And everybody gets 131 karma.
Wow.
Both types or just one?
Both.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, each of these hunters had a highest ability that mattered was incredible.
131, you said, eh?
Yep. Incredible fighting with martial arts B makes for a pretty good boxer.
Yeah, I noticed.
But you guys, yes, you do have keys for the Jeep. It is mostly fueled. It should get you the rest of the way to Saratoga Springs.
Okay, well, we should make our way. Probably best that we take this red-dressed fellow with us.
And for John's sake, you know that these folks were regular humans when you first detected them, and then after they juiced up, they registered as other. The one that detected you, oddly enough, did not register as anything.
Really?
He did not show up on the HUD.
That's strange.
But yeah, it's enough now. It'll make your next psyche roll to kind of parse the information a little bit easier.
Getting to know the HUD.
Yep. But we will at that point, as you guys climb into the Jeep, throw the hound in the back, all bound up, and head off towards Saratoga Springs. We'll take our 5-10 minute break there, and then we will return.
Awesome.
All right. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Sounds good.
So you guys have defeated these folks, rendered them unconscious, taken their stuff and their jeep.
Like heroes.
It's like a D&D game.
Beat up the bad
Except
guys, take their loot.
We didn't kill everybody, so it's close.
Killing people in this game is very bad.
We've already tried to kill one person.
So, you guys hop in the jeep, start making your way towards Saratoga Springs. Much faster with the jeep than on foot. And the land that you travel through has been fairly devastated in parts, but there's still signs of life here and there. There's small little homesteads here and there. There's trees. It's not the urban blight that is Manhattan. It's oddly kind of peaceful. Not a sentinel in sight. John, your helmet isn't picking up anything. But give me another psyche roll. Are you there, Yorick?
You're muted if you're here.
Yep, sorry. Somebody asked me a question and my mind split.
No worries. Just give me another psyche roll as you have some more time to get used to the HUD.
Yes. Here you go.
Oh, much better. All right. So yeah, you can now identify on the HUD like what is a human, what is an animal, and what is a mutant.
I'm probably gonna make a comment like it would be really easier if those were color coded, and the AI will switch it to color code. Oh, okay, now I see it.
There we go. Re-rendering. And yeah,
that helps a lot. Thanks.
So yeah, it's got a range of about 10 miles. I mean, you don't want to keep it on all the time because depending on where you are, the sensory information would be blinding.
Yeah, probably gonna turn it on and off to save battery and my sanity.
Perfect.
But as we approach important stuff, I'm gonna turn it on, or when we're in the waste, I'm gonna turn it on just to be sure we don't get jumped.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, no sign of any sentinels in the area or anything either. But yeah, with the help of John's helmet, you managed to avoid any potential hostilities or anything along the way. And it takes you probably about 3 hours. You're getting to the small little area just at around the time dawn breaks, and you guys are for the most part exhausted. Pip and I think Lodestone, I think you've got a fairly high endurance as well.
Oh, I was going to blame it on Pip's coffee, but sure. We'll
Yeah,
say it's the
Lodestone's endurance is remarkable. I assume we heal a little bit.
Yes, you would heal over the time. You would probably heal twice your endurance rank.
back up to full.
It fills me up too. Yep.
Me too.
Perfect. And as you get closer to Saratoga Springs, as you kind of start to get to the outskirts of this area, John, a new icon shows up on the HUD. It's like a red marker. It says Ruby Rose Casino located, distance 2 miles.
What are you seeing, John?
Um, I, I heard you called me back.
Yep, a little red icon has come up on your HUD indicating the Ruby Rose Casino 2 miles away.
Yep, I see the lab. There's a bunch of sign over there, but it seems to be mostly the lab. Do I see like life sign at the casino?
You do not.
The place seems empty of life sign. No, and no sentinel either. So that seems like a target. Do I feel a field by which I could travel?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So we can get the truck closer, but we starting to have I'm starting to have communication with the grid, so I could travel us.
My concern is mostly about the local inhabitants. Obviously, my appearance will cause some trouble.
And you do pick up on the helmet. You do pick up that there are people here. Not a great deal, probably like 30 or 40 people kind of scattered throughout the 2 mile radius or 10 mile radius.
There are random peoples, but no one specifically in the casino.
Then I suppose we can just make our way there. And perhaps I'll sit in the back with our companion.
Or we can find a safe place to park the thing, and I can zap us to the lab. Or we can go with the car to be more discreet and make a scouting outside before we just phase there.
Whatever is best, we should get some eyes on where we're going before we go there.
I'd either ride there or let Buzzkill check from the sky.
Buzzkill's pretty flashy when he's flying. Maybe we should just do a little drive-by and see what we can see.
Yeah, I always forget about that.
All right. So you do a little drive-by of it, and everybody can give me an intuition roll.
The best of us, I imagine.
Sure.
Because
Oh, I
intuition.
thought you said everyone.
Oh, okay.
I intuit that I'm sleepy.
You are very sleepy. You and John both are fairly sleepy.
Pip's still wired on coffee.
Yep. All right. 68 for lodestone. Ooh, that is a yellow. So yeah, you drive by the casino, and the casino is remarkably intact. And there does seem to be power, like you can see inside. You can see the lights. You don't, no signs of life. The helmet's not picking up anything. But lodestone, you notice that the glass plating in the windows seems to be refracting light differently than you would expect, indicating it is probably thicker glass, possibly bulletproof. And then you kind of like just take a quick little cursory glance, and although the walls look like they're just like stucco, like a yellowed stucco, there's bits and pieces here where the stucco is kind of worn away, and you see metal. Like that place is much more of a bunker than a casino.
He'll pass that along to the group.
And the red light on the HUD on the helmet is blinking much more rapidly as you get closer to it.
Point to the light. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a kind of a nearness detector,
As long
like
as
a
it's not
metal
low
detector
battery.
type thing.
Well, if there's no sentinels and no mutants or others around, we might as well go knock on the door.
Yup, sure.
Right. So you park the Jeep out front.
Yeah.
How about you
Absolutely.
hide it out back? Or, just nearby somewhere. So it's not obvious where we are.
There's nobody here. There's like 12 people within 10 miles.
And any one of those 12 people could have a way of contacting someone who is going to do us harm. Right?
Well, all right, we can park it in the alley if you prefer.
Please.
Better be safe than the story.
See? Exactly.
All right. So you pull the Jeep over, park it, and no signs of any people around. I mean, you did see a couple of people as you were driving through the town, but nobody really paid any attention to you.
And the helmet didn't flag them, right? So,
I did not. They are human.
well, what's the worst that could happen? We just
They could call someone and get a reward for turning us in. That's what could happen. Wouldn't be the first time in history that kind of shit's gone down.
And I bet ninjas have some sort of anti-detection technology. But let's go gamble.
Maybe.
just let me speak to whoever answers the door. I'm sure it'll be fine. Everything's always fine.
I'll stand behind Lodestone. Next time we're giving him coffee. Wow, that's a lot of red.
Wow, that's a bright ass map.
I was like, I need a map for a casino, and then I found this one.
Whew. That is
And we
appropriately
could win that
garish.
car.
Who could we really?
All right. So you walk up to the front door. It is closed.
Is it locked?
It is locked. And as a matter of fact, when you reach out to see if it's locked, it feels very, very solid.
I will knock on the door.
Okay. You kind of with your strength, it is definitely like knocking on something metal, and it kind of echoes. And then a voice from an unseen speaker. We are closed.
Oh, I see that you are closed. John, can you explain to them while we're here?
Yeah. Sorry to be a bother, but I got a friend who's not there right now who point us to here. And I turn to Lowe's. How much do you think I can trust this guy? Like, how much do I explain?
Well, just use your gut instinct. Do what you think is best.
Yeah. I got a friend who makes people out of metal, and there's supposed to be something of his here that he wants us to grab.
We
That
are
make any sense
closed.
to you? And when do you open?
We are closed.
Rhodey sent us?
What's the helmet tell us the password is?
The helmet doesn't.
I have a code.
What is the access code?
I'm gonna give the string of numbers.
Access code James Rhodes. Vocal print. No match.
Man, are we gonna have to go all the way back and get him?
Yeah, he sent us. I got the helmet. We need the rest of it.
We are closed.
Oh, does the helmet have a communication thing in it?
Not
Um,
not that you have found.
I'm
I mean,
gonna.
there's got to be a way we can talk to him, like call him ish.
Hello, helmet. Do you think you could convince the thing to let us in? Like Rhodey gave his approbation. Could you pass that to him?
So the a voice comes from the helmet. It sounds kind of like Rhodey's voice, like very obviously like pieced together from recordings. And
Okay, that's weird.
it says access code, voice print match, access denied, and then you hear this voice say, "Sorry, Rhodey, private project."
God damn it, Tony.
Tony, we need it. We need it now. You made it for now.
Hmm.
Um, would that be a skill tricks to try to use a mix of hypnotism and energy control to try to do hypnotism on a machine? Like normally I control electric brainwave, and I'd like to try to do that on a machine. Would that count as a power trick?
That would definitely be a power stunt.
Sounds like one.
I was thinking about the same thing, but you go right ahead.
I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna spend 100 karma.
You
Okay.
probably want more than that because you're going to need a red on the first roll.
Yeah, 100 to start trying.
Yeah.
100 to try, and then you need
Whatever
to
it
get a red
takes to get
result.
red.
Yeah, because I need a red result, eh?
Yeah. Whatever it
Um,
is, just say I'm spending 200 karma, and when it's not 200, be happy.
Well, you need to get with your hypnotic control. You need to get a 91 or better.
Okay, let's see what it gives. I'm gonna spend karma on that roll.
Okay.
I mean, that's a great power stunt, though.
It is
Yeah.
spectacular.
Well, I think it fits with the way I use my power.
And
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
more you the more you do it, the gradually the easier you get until you have it forever.
So it's another 61.
59.
So he needs to get a 91. So yeah, another 61.
61, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, just it's
It's
assume you're going to
200.
spend 200 and be happy whatever it's when it's not 200.
I had 200 in the bank, so that was the gamble.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I have about 250 in the bank right now, and I was going to do something similar, but I'm glad you did it instead of me.
I think it fits the twos together.
All right. So yeah, so you kind of
Brilliant.
you focus for a minute, and you're like, okay. Tony designed it. It's probably an AI, even a rudimentary one, very similar to a human brain pattern, I would expect. and you kind of merge your electrical powers with your hypnotic and tweak it ever so slightly. And what do you tell it to do?
I try to convince it that we are indeed all right to come in, and that this is why this project was made.
Access granted.
Solid, 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 solid.
Whew.
Love it.
Thank you.
That was
Um,
awesome. I'm
Yes.
I doff my hat at you. That was brilliant.
Clutch.
And inside, it looks like a completely fully functioning casino. There are slot machines. There are like blackjack tables. There are craps tables. There's a roulette wheel.
This is weird.
Don't suppose you can convince it to shut the door behind us.
probably. Would you be so kind as to close the door?
Okay, and the door closes behind you.
I mean, I've convinced him that it's all right that we're here, so technically we have access right now. So as long as we're not overbearing, it should be cooperative.
Interesting.
Have you met Lodestone?
Well, Tony seems to make his AI by imitating my mind brainwave, so I started recognizing pattern in what he makes.
Never met a Tony that I really liked.
I mean, science imitate nature, and if nature is imitated by science, I can try to wiggle my way around.
Computer, do you have a name?
He always names them.
Would you
Friday.
be so as to give you what?
Friday.
Friday.
Hello, Friday.
Friday, we're looking for a project that Tony started some time ago.
We need to put the helmet with the rest of the body.
Accessing files.
And while you guys are doing all the techie stuff, the kid's gonna go over to one of those two couches that I see there. Catch a couple of Z's.
Okay. It's like if you ever read Runaways, whenever Molly used her powers, then she would always nap. So yes, says, which project in particular?
The helmet gave me his name last time. I do have a blank out of game, but I'm gonna say the name the helmet gave me.
Okay.
That sounded like Anti-Sentinel 1 or something like that.
AS1.
AS1.
Project AS1 is located in the laboratory.
So in the basement, if I remember well.
Yes.
Where is the access for the basement?
And the door to the car opens.
This is so very Tony.
Oh wow.
Actually, that's more like Nick Fury, but I've actually seen that happen with him.
This is weird. You guys don't need me, right?
Yeah, I was like, I'll be up here guarding the door.
I'm gonna just look around up here while you guys are playing with your high tech stuff. I don't want to touch any freaky armor.
I
I don't
take
want to
stuff
risk
now. I've
breaking it.
gotten my abilities, so.
All right, off the couch. We're going to go see what the laboratory has in store for us.
You
Another
guys
coach.
go see. Really?
You can get off the couch, or I could drag the couch with me. Entirely
I'm
up
gonna-
to you.
It's
I'm
not
gonna go
fit.
toward the car.
I would appreciate it if you did, except this probably got security measures, and we don't want to. No, we don't know what we're messing with, so I'll go with you.
I'm sure it's fine.
So yeah, when you guys walk over to the car, I imagine it's probably something very similar to like a DeLorean. So like the
Right. And Falcon wing doors.
yeah the gull wing door is open, and you know when as you guys get into the car, basically it closes and then the bottom drops down like an elevator.
Ah! Oh, well, that's creepy.
And the elevator deposits you into what looks like a very clean like stainless steel corridor. These bluish lights light up along the way. Tink, 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 tink.
I can't see anything.
Very black map.
I have a completely black map.
Yeah. Defaults to darkness. There we go. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
I see a couch.
Is there light down there?
ooh, yeah,
Nice effect.
I like those lights. Okay, I'm gonna go exploring. If I find anything cool, I will let you know.
Maybe take Buzzkill with you, just to be sure, right?
I mean, there might have
As
been more
we
than.
as we walk down that little corridor, yeah, Buzzkill spots the couch. It's like look back at Lodestone, shake my head, shrug, and keep walking. It's like I know where Buzzkill's going. He's gonna have a nap. Be fine. Like you say, what could go wrong?
What's safer than an empty mad scientist lab?
It'll be fine.
Your reaction speeds are very, very slow. All right. Well, enjoy the couch okay. As he watches everybody scatter through the new lab.
So yeah, it's exactly what you picture, a long abandoned Stark Industries lab to be. Like there's little like half worked on projects here and there. But you do find in one of the back offices, you find a skeleton, kind of like hunched over the workbench.
Oh shit.
I'm glad I'm not the one finding that.
Well, that's grim. AS1, can you analyze that?
Make a reason roll.
Pip's gonna be
Maybe it's someone
completely
he
unaware
has in her
that
file.
she has a shower or a
I'm gonna spend karma on that.
watch.
Okay. What's your reason?
My reason is typical.
Okay. So you're going to need to spend 36 to get it up to a green.
Right.
Oof.
36 it is.
So a bunch of information kind of like comes up on the screen, but it does identify the skeleton as Anthony Stark, and it seems to indicate that cause of death was massive heart failure.
Oh. Thanks, AS1. We found the creator. He died. He died of a heart failure.
That is unfortunate.
Yep. Lodestone.
Yes, John.
I found Mr. Stark. He put his last breath in that project.
The place has power. Hopefully, it has food. Can settle down here for some time and try to determine what's going on. Let's put the man to rest, if we can.
I think he deserved at least some rest after all that.
Yeah, Friday.
Yes.
What is Mr. Stark's last will and testament?
I'm sorry, that information is sealed.
Understandable. The man has died and needs to be put to rest. Is there an indication on how he would prefer to be put to rest?
I do not have that information.
I think the thing to do would be to bring it back to Rhodey when we're done. Rhodey probably know or has the clearance to tell us what to do.
Makes some sense. Yes, I suppose.
I'll put him in a more proper position for now.
Okay.
So we can rest a bit.
Let's take a look at what we have here.
Maybe if Friday can place a call with Rhodey, I can use that line to travel quicker. But for now, I think we should check around, see what we can use to finish Mr. Stark's project.
I agree. We should at least see what we have in front of us before we do too much.
We can start making an inventory of what we got, and I'll try to look if we got the rest of AS1 somewhere here.
All right, loot time.
So as you like look around in
Great
the
stuff.
this area up here, you do find several destroyed sets of Iron Man armor, along with several different types of metal plating that look like they've been shot, melted, etc., etc. It looks like they were being tested.
Iron Man scraps are a win.
Yeah, and it is largely scraps for sure. But also in that lab is what appears to be a unscratched, brand spanking new set of armor in a glass case in the center of the room.
Friday.
Yes.
Can you identify this subject?
That is the AS1 armor that you are here to collect.
There's only one.
Correct.
I think Rhodey said something about this facility being equipped to reproduce it. Am I wrong?
He said Tony was working on a way to get it mass produced.
Oh, okay. It might not have been completed.
But Lodestone, looking at this, like if you had the facilities, it still would take you like a year or better to basically start producing this.
Well, at least we got one. Friday, how far along was the project to automatize the production of the AS1?
Initial prototype has been developed and produced. Mass production has not yet begun.
Okay. So it's a prototype, Lodestone. I guess we'll have to test it to be sure.
I suppose so. Friday, how many rations do we have available in this building?
293.
We'll do the water clean, safe to drink.
Yes.
All right then.
Sounds like we got a base.
And we have a weapon, but we have to figure out how to use it.
But like the governor's speech is like in 3 days.
Well, John, you and I can defend ourselves much better than Pip and Buzzkill can.
I mean, not to take anything away from anyone, but Pip can take a hit way better than I can.
And I can too. I've got body armor.
We escaped the train and the mind control. But Pip's off in the bathroom, getting cleaned up.
Put your
Because
fears
there's
where
running
you
water.
find them.
Yeah, hot and cold running water.
I know. Well, running water,
Oh,
first of
wow.
all.
What?
Running water is
Hot wa-
amazing.
Hot water? Well, wait a minute. What are we doing here? RP it.
Hot water, and there's soap in the dispensers. She has locked a bathroom door, and she is getting clean, damn it.
I imagine like a Teen Titans scene, right? Teen Titans cartoon scene. Everyone pounding on the door trying to get in.
There's 2 bathrooms down there.
Oh, all the kids trying to get to the shower. Oh my god. Hot water? What?
Priorities, man, priorities. You go get the lab stuff. Buzzkill wanted a nap. Pip wanted to find a bathroom.
All right, John. What I suggest is we take an inventory of this place and then we determine what to do with the armor. Perhaps tomorrow.
I mean, we can always use this place as a base of operation. It's just a bit far away from town. But it can make a good fallout place so we can come back here and hide if we need to. And have a lab when we need to hide.
Nothing's far from town when you have an Iron Man suit.
Well, I think the place is perfect. Finding a way to connect it so you could travel us to the city proper would be lovely, but
Well, if we have someone who can receive a call from this place and send a call to this place, I could travel by the call. So if we can set up something with Rhodey, I could use the call to Rhodey and back.
or we could just give Logan a cell phone and see what happens.
As he leaves it in
That's a
every
gamble.
third bathroom he walks into.
He'd break
I mean-
it, is what would happen.
For it to work, we would need the phone number of this place.
All right, let's get to work. And get an inventory and figure out what we have access to. All in all, I'll call this a win.
Yep.
Clearly.
Do you guys mind if I go do a diagnostic under the armor with the helmet?
No, go ahead.
Nice. John scamper off to the armor with the helmet.
Okay.
Before we put this on, helmet, can you do a diagnostic of the state of the armor? Do I need to connect you to it?
I would need to be connected to it.
Okay. To be connected, do you need to be worn?
No.
What did you say?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna put a dome around me and the armor and put the helmet on it.
Okay. All right. So you open up the glass case and you put the helmet on it. It says, power reserves 75%, 80%, 85%, 90%, 95%, 100%.
Can you do a diagnostic of the state of the armor?
And then a voice echoes from the armor that says, unauthorized biosignature present. And you see the repulsor beams start to light up.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's me.
And that's where we'll call this session.
That is a great finale. Very well done, Chris.
I like it. We spent 4 hours going, here's how badass this armor is.
But we will give everybody 50 advancement karma for finding the lab.
Yay.
Cool.
And we will pick this up next week as you guys get to see firsthand just what the AS1 armor is capable of.
Well, I mean, I might hear it.
Yeah, you might. The bathroom
Over the
does
sound of running water.
The bathroom
York,
does look pretty soundproofed.
Yorick, you definitely had the most badass moment of this session. Well done.
Oh yes, definitely. A couple of them.
The hypnosis on the AI is awesome.
It was way better than what I was thinking of. Way better. All right. I'm going to wish you all a good night because I am exhausted.
No problem. We will see folks tomorrow for Forbidden Lands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully
Which-
people have melted into puddles by then.
The
Hopefully.
return of
think-
Caldy.
Which I think is our best game that we're running right now. Personal opinion, but love that game.
I do love that game, and Caldy's my favorite character I'm running right now, and he can't do anything but carry around a bag.
I just like.
I have lots of hope for John's character arc, but yeah, the Forbidden Land game is amazing.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night,
Yeah,
guys.
Cheers.
Hey guys.